China economy strong. Building strong economy for China, for China. Yes. Hey guys, it's Arkan Templar here, and we're back with their continuing efforts to detail the most powerful country on Earth with the most strong economy on Earth, and its efforts to make China economy strong. Grr. So let's see here. So this is people who are put to death for the crime of impacting Chinese GDP growth. Because sometimes you got people who look down at their phone for a minute and cost the Chinese economy maybe a whole hundredth of a cent in productivity. You might have people who are like 30 seconds late for work, and that might be like a whole cent they've cost the Chinese economy. Maybe someone filed a complaint about the pollution. Maybe someone collapsed in a heap while working because it's hot and there's no ventilation system, or maybe they've just gotten cancer. These people are reactionaries and traitors to China, and China economy strong. And if you can't get with the strong economy, then you're a traitor to China. The execution factor. It was designed as propaganda to deter would-be criminals. Instead, interviews on death row have become China's new TV hit. China economy strong. People who make economy weak get executed on live TV. Making example of economy weakeners. Make economy strong. Or something like that. With her silk scarves and immaculate makeup, Ding Yu looks every inch the modern television presenter. Indeed, for the past 5 years, she has hosted a hugely successful primetime show in China, which has a devoted following of 50 million viewers every Saturday night. But while in Britain the weekend evening entertainment will be the X Factor or Strictly Come Dancing, in other words, degeneracy that weakens the economy and rots the brains, entertainment in China reinforced importance of GDP growth, while entertainment in America is degenerate. Actually, they kind of have a point there. American entertainment is kind of degenerate. Not that I'm against entertainment. I mean, I like TV. I'm a fan of like Breaking Bad and stuff like that. But most primetime shows are just fucking degenerate trash. They aren't good. They're not something like X Files or like Heroes or something that's decent. Yeah. So footage of Miss Ding's show features harrowing, some would say voyeuristic. No public privacy in China. Footage of prisoners confessing their crimes and begging forgiveness before letting away to their executions. Please, I just wanted to make China economy strong. I didn't know I would impact GDP growth by billions of percent. I'm sorry. But sorry won't do it because there's something called compound growth. So that billionth of a percent of GDP growth that you impacted China with in like 10,000 years, that could be like a thousandth of a percent. And the Chinese have such low time preference, then that's just the way it is. The scenes are recorded sometimes minutes before the prisoners are put to death, or in other cases, when only days of their life remain. So they go, I only wanted to make economy strong. I tried to kill traitor, but he had higher GDP value than me. The glamorous Miss Ding conducts face-to-face. Why don't they show a picture of her? Oh, there we go. Yeah, she's okay looking, kind of old. Haircut kind of looks like a bee-do. The glamorous Miss Ding conducts face-to-face interviews with prisoners who often have committed gruesome crimes. Her subjects sit in handcuffs and leg chains guarded by warders. She warms up with questions about favorite films or music, but then hectors the prisoners about the violent details of their crimes, and eventually wrings apologies out of them. Yes, I am guilty of not making China economy strong. Oops. There, that's what I hit the wrong button. Scenes from the series will be shown in Britain for the first time in a BBC Two documentary. Like BBC versus China's TV, it's just, ugh, you don't want to have to make that choice. Ms. Ding has covered more than 250 cases in interviews before execution. She told a child killer, "Everyone should hate you." Her interviewees included jealous divorcee who stabbed his ex-wife in front of her parents. "You're breaking up with me to increase GDP growth. I kill you to make China economy strong." Moments later, parents see him about to be led away to his death. His distraught mother apologizes for beating him once as a child. I doubt it's like, go peacefully. It's following government's orders. Literally, go peacefully. It's making China economy strong. Literally. That's what she said. Oh my god. In another scene, a firing squad of about 12 men is briefed by a senior officer before executing condemned prisoners. Some criminals will be very tough and difficult. That means they'll be dangerous, the officer tells them. Really? 20 guys? How many times do you have to fucking shoot them? Officials in the Communist Party regard the series as a propaganda tool to warn citizens the consequences of crime unless you pay bribes. So these are all like people who didn't have enough money to pay off the corrupt Communist Party officials. Inmates are selected for Miss Ding by judiciary officials who pick out what they consider suitable cases to educate the public. And what makes China economy not grow faster? Convicted criminals in China can be put to death for 55 capital crimes, ranging from theft to crimes against the state. Literally, crimes against China economy strong. Okay, let's see here. The case that drawn the largest number of views so far is Bao Rong Ting, an openly gay man who is condemned to death for murdering his mother and then violating her dead body. Oh, homosexuality does not increase GDP growth. We need to produce more workers for China economy. When executed, no families turned up to say farewell. His final conversation before his death was on camera with a decidedly wary Miss Ding, who admitted to being unsettled by his sexuality. In a remarkable scene, she asked him if he asked if she will do him a last favor by shaking his hand before he dies. She hesitates before lightly touching his hand with her finger, then pulling it away. She later confessed to being unsure if she could shake her hand, saying with obvious distaste, "There's a lot of dirt under his fingernails. For a long time there's a feeling in this finger. I couldn't describe that feeling." The series has made household name of Miss Ding, who is married and has a son, so she did her part to make economy strong. Denying her show is exploitive, some viewers might consider it cruel to ask a criminal to do an interview when they are about to be executed. On the contrary, they want to be heard. When I'm face to face with them, I feel sorry and regretful for them. Because they did not contribute to GDP growth, which is only purpose of life. But I don't sympathize with them, for they should pay a heavy price for their wrongdoing. They deserve it. However, she admits to being hunted by those interviewed. Their faces were so real, and all of them were staying there looking at me, she said after waking on a train in a nightmare. I've heard so many cases, it's not really good for me at all. I have too much rubbish in my heart. That's a strange way of putting it. I thought it was a good idea right away. Who said that the stated aim of the show was not to entertain, but to inform and educate according to government policy. We want the audience to be warned, he said. If they are warned, tragedy might be averted, and China economy will continue to grow strong. We say she is the beauty with the beast, he said. China is believed to kill more prisoners every year than the rest of the world combined, and the communist state has been widely criticized over its use of the death penalty. There is no presumption of innocence under China law, because China law is only based on one principle and one principle only. What make China economy strong? Anything that do not make China economy strong is bad and punishable by death. Um, although the documentary was approved, let's see, too much access. Officials do not want the four media saying there are no human rights in China, particularly at this time. Okay, so let's see here. Not too much to say. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think I've made the joke about China economy strong enough times. This should be taken in line with the organ harvesting one. If I put that up, I will put it up soon. But yeah, so that's how it works in China. They convict people with no presumption of innocence. They put them to death, and then they get executed, and their body parts are used for the Communist Party officials. So I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it works pretty well. It increases GDP growth, and it makes China economy strong. So let's conclude with the song as always. This is China moment, China moment. This is China moment to shine.